Hey guys, Rexlent here. Welcome to another video. This time for Where Winds Meet. So as you know, Where Winds Meet just dropped early patch notes for the upcoming version, where they're gonna get a huge buff for Heng+Blade's Stone Split. So Stone Split strength. These are the changes. The main changes are Snow Parting Blade giving up to 4 stacks of Inner Passion, and that is gonna change a lot for Mo Blade rotation. So, in other words, when you play a Heng+Blade now, the meta weapon would be Mo Blade. No more Heng+Blade. And I know you're thinking like, oh, but I like playing Heng+Blade. I'll show you the differences, the main differences of this patch, and then you'll see what I mean. I'll do a bit of refresher and also a gist of the new rotation before I talk about the stats. So, as you know, when you use a Heng+Blade, first skill, martial arts skill, and then when you use a second skill, the stab is gonna give you a debuff. I think it's called Fearful Blade. It's gonna put a resist down debuff, and the enemy is also gonna take extra damage from Stone Split weapons. So that one, you're gonna have it as usual. You're gonna use these 2 skills for Mo Blade. So first skill, second skill, and first skill. This one, Q, tilt, and then Q again. So you'll always have this up. Now, the other thing is the Mo Blade buff. You will also always have this up. So these 2 will always be up at all times. I believe Mo Blade buff has also have increased duration now. It should go up to 40 seconds by this version change. So 40 seconds, have this up, and then do this. Martial art, special skill, and then martial skill. That is the bare minimum to do that. Once you've done all that, straight away change to Mo Blade. 4 charge attacks. Like so. So do it 4 times. Let me reset again. First, start with Mo Blade buff. Switch to Heng+Blade. First skill. Second skill. First skill. Straight away, mouse wheel down to Mo Blade. 4 charges. 3. 4. That's it. That is the whole backbone of this new Mo Blade Tier 0 DPS rotation. When you use this, it's gonna be top DPS. Right now in CN, when you do that, you're always top DPS. People who watch my stream, always top DPS. The only time I don't get top DPS is if I face another person that has the same build or with better gear, better rotation, you know, like skill issue. But this is going to be top DPS right now. So much higher damage than Heng+Blade. So, the main changes is that we're going to be equipping these Innerways now. No more Invigorated Warrior or Fivefold Blade. We're going to be using the main Innerways for Stone Split now. So the Heng+Blade Innerway, the Mo Blade Innerway, and the Throat Piercing. And then followed by 1 Morale Chan. The reason why we use Heng+Blade Innerway is because there's going to be a new change as shown in the patch note, where you're going to get 4 stacks of Inner Passion now instead of 3. So on Breakthrough 4 of Heng+Blade Innerway, you will get 4 stacks of Inner Passion. That's the main thing that we want with Heng+Blade Innerway. The other change for Mo Blade Innerway is that when you have 70% final crit rate, all of your crits of your charge attack will be guaranteed. This is the game changer for this build, as long as you have 70% final crit. So if you click over here in your stats, it might be shown in your version later on, because I'm told that you don't have this final crit stats yet in the current build. But when this build rolls out, this version change rolls out, you should be able to see this final crit value. So you just need to have 70% final crit over here. So I have 79% final crit. So as long as you have 70% final crit, all of your charge attack of Mo Blade will be crit. If it's not 70% final crit, then they will add 15% crit rate to it for you. So you just need to hit 70% final crit. And the other huge change is that when your Mo Blade has Inner Passion stacks, it's going to hit an extra whopping 32% increased HP damage. And lastly, this huge change over here is that when the enemy is exhausted, it will benefit both Heng+Blade and Mo Blade. So when Heng+Blade attacks an enemy with the varied combo and the enemy is exhausted, your next varied combo will not consume any charge time. What I mean is this. When you do varied combo and then the slash, you see how the next one doesn't have a charge time? And then you get Forgetfulness, and then you gotta charge it up again. Like this, you gotta always charge it up. So this is what happens when they're staggered. Let me demonstrate. Okay, I'll just reduce the chi. Okay, watch this. Watch the chi. Okay, see? No charge time required. This is the huge change for Stone Split. As long as they're exhausted, all of your Hung Blade will not require a charge time. You can get in about 6 varied combo this way. Now, same thing for Mo Blade. The huge change for Mo Blade is that you know how Mo Blade's charge time is this long, like this? For level 3 charge with the Innerway on. It's like 1, 2, 3, release. If this hits an enemy that is already exhausted, it's gonna have the same benefits of having Inner Passion. Your attack will be really fast, 50% faster charge, and also have 32% increased damage on an exhausted enemy. So this is what I mean. Normal charge is this fast, like that. But if you have the Hung Blade buff, 4 stacks of Inner Passion, your next 4 charges will be faster. You see how it's faster? Like that. And it also will not consume any resource on the bottom right. So when you hit an enemy that's staggered, it's going to be treated like this. It's going to be faster. It's going to hit harder. I'll just manually reduce the chi to 0. Okay. Watch. Manual charge. Now it's exhausted. It's fast charging. 1. Fast charge number 2. Fast charge number 3. That is the main change for Mo Blade, apart from having 4 charges now. Now you see how powerful this build is. In short, when you do your second skill, first skill, second skill, and first skill, and then you're ready to go, you're gonna get 4 charges out. That's the bare minimum, the backbone of this build. 4 charges out. And then if the boss is exhausted, you can get up to extra 3 charges out. 3 fast charges. The only catch is that whenever the Hung Blade second skill gives you the fast charge buff, when you have the fast charge on, and then you hit the enemy that is already exhausted, it's gonna be technically wasted. They will not stack. They will not be stacking one after another. They'll both be consumed at the same time. What I mean is that when you already have 4 stacks of the Inner Passion, and then the enemy is exhausted, where you get your 3 extra charges, both of them will get consumed at the same time, and then you'll only ultimately get 3 fast charge plus 1 of your own fast charge. That's what I mean. So I'll get more on that later. Now, before I go on the full rotation, let me give you a more foundation on this build. You already know that you always start with the Mo Blade buff. Step 1, Mo Blade buff. Step 2, Hung Blade, first skill, second skill, first skill. And then straight away, use your mouse wheel, weapon switch, and do 4 Mo Blade charges. That's the only thing you need to do right now. And after that, we'll be using filler skills to wait for the Hung Blade's special skill to come back. So for now, I'll just do the first part of the rotation. So first part of the rotation, Flute, cancel. Mo Blade buff, switch to Hung Blade. 1, skill 2, skill 1. Straight away, switch to Mo Blade. 4 charges. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then if I switch back to Hung Blade right now, you see how I have 4 more seconds before the second skill comes back? This is when you start using filler skills after the 4 fast charges. This can be in the form of doing 2 more manual slow charges, like this. You can either do 2 more slow charges, or you can also use Mystic skills, the same Mystic skills. Either Soaring Spin, or the first hit of Leaping Toad, and then you parry cancel like this. The first hit, and then you cancel. Or using Flute. So this is the rotation. You can look at the screen for a rough guide. 1 buff can last you about 2 cycles of 4 charges with filler. Now let me do the whole rotation again and show you. Starting part, Flute cancel, Mo Blade, Hung Blade, skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, 4 charges. 1, 2, I'll do 6 charges now. 3, 4, manual charging. 5, 6, Hung Blade, skill 1, skill 2, skill 1. Okay, again, 4 charges. This time we're gonna renew the buff. The second set will always renew the buff. 3, 4, skill 1, Soaring, renew the buff. Hung Blade out, see? Rotation comes back. Okay, again. This is the whole second rotation now, second set. So 2, 3, 4, and then it's ending. I'll just do a manual charge. Like that. So that's the gist of it for the rotation. So that's all you need to remember for this rotation. It's very newbie friendly as well. I would say it's easier than Hengblade's rotation. Hengblade's opener especially. Remember Hengblade's cringe opener? This one. You slide, VC, 1 charge, second skill, VC, first skill. It's like finger spaghetti. Moblade is so much easier. Moblade just have this buff out, and then Hengblade, skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, straight away, weapon switch, go into 4 charging. That's the whole rotation, 4 charges. That's all you need to do. After 4 charges, then it's up to you. You either use a combination of fillers like first skill and then frog cancel, and then you switch back to Hengblade. Second skill, first skill, and then switch back to Moblade. 4 charges again. So this is the second set of 4 charges. Watch your flag buff down here. It's gonna end soon, so always renew the buff. See, I'll do the same filler again, and then renew the buff. Switch to Hengblade. See how the rotation comes back nicely. So yeah, I know I'm doing this rotation a few times on the recording. It's just to show you more and more context. Hopefully you understand by this point. It's really simple. Just skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, Hengblade, and then 4 charges of Moblade. And you do this in raids, hero realm, and sword trial. Very high chance you're gonna be top MVP, top DPS. If not top DPS, then second highest. And you may have noticed that I was moving back like this as I was charging while the flute is up. So this is an extra tip for people that don't know, including me. I only learned about yesterday, is that whenever you have a distance between you and the enemy while the flute is up, your personal damage increases based on your distance. That's why you always move back a bit while flute is up. Like so, when you have this buff up, and then you play the flute, and then you do this. While flute is up, move back a bit, create distance, and then jump in. Move back, create distance. Jump in, move back, create some distance. Jump in again. So this is to eat the flute bonuses. So that's a bonus tidbit for you guys. Alright, now let's talk about building this set over here. So for this gear with Hengblade, if you're already using the recommended set for Hengblade, which is, I think it's called Clef Peak, that is the set you stick with. The only difference now is that there are 2 builds for this new Moblade Tier 0 DPS build. You either go all in on minimum physical, and agility, or you go all in on max physical, some agility, and power, all power. So if you want to go speedrun, in a recent CN damage testing, they found out that going all in on min physical makes your damage super consistent, and the potential output is higher than max physical because there's no more damage variance. So it's up to you. If you want to go min physical, it's slightly harder to build. The requirement is slightly stricter. Or you can go stick with the classic max physical build. So the one I'm using right now is max physical. Most of the time, still getting a top DPS. So with that out of the way, I will start with talking about min physical first. If you're going for min physical, you will go with min physical main stat on all of your gear, and also go for speed. Prioritize min physical and speed. You don't want max physical at all. Just go all in min physical. Min physical, speed, and max stone split damage or max formless damage, and followed by min and max stone split or formless damage. These 2 are good for you, and that's all you need for min physical build. And then for the amount of crit rate and precision, always get as close to 100 as possible so that you don't get any gray damage. And for precision crit rate, minimum 70% final crit rate, the one that I just talked about earlier. Now, for max physical build, it's slightly easier to build. It's the classic requirements. You go for max and min physical and power. These 3 main stats, max, min physical, power, followed by max stone split or max formless. Same thing, precision and crit requirements are the exact same for both builds. Precision, get as close to 100 as you can, 99 to 100, so that you don't get gray damage. Try to get at least 70% final crit rate. So as you can see over here on my own personal one, I have 79% final crit rate. You just need a minimum of 70 so that all of your Moblade charge attack will be guaranteed crit. But you also want it to be slightly higher still, higher than that, so that your other attacks have also consistent crits, like your Soaring Spin, your Mystic Skills, your Hung Blade attacks. You also want them high enough so that they crit consistently. So like right now over here, I have 70% yellow crit rate over here. So 70% yellow crit rate, 79% final crit rate. Now for the rest of the substats, you already know. For Hung Blade, you don't really need Hung Blade Arts damage boost right now. If you have it already with a really good substats, then you can keep it. It will still benefit your rotation whenever you get the Hung Blade out, whenever you do a varied combo out. The main one that you want is Mo Blade's arts damage boost. That's the most important one. That's most important in your build because for obvious reasons, you're going to be doing a lot of Mo Blade charge attacks. And then for your pendant, you will want all martial arts damage boosts on both of them. Ideally, this is the best in slot substats. And then same thing for your Greaves and Bracer, you want damage boost against bosses. And since the crit requirement right now is lesser for our build, you can opt to go for power main stat for your Greaves and Bracer. Instead of going for crit and precision, you can opt for power for more physical damage. And attunement for the left side, the same thing, always physical penetration. Attunement for left side gear. For attunement for the right side gear, we will now go for Mo Blade Charge Attack. So get Mo Blade Charge Attack on all 4 gears for your attunement. This will greatly affect your charge damage. And then now for your bow and bow ring, you will either go for precision or crit, depending on your final stat. Whichever you need more, put precision or crit set in fact. Alright, so before I move on to the next part of the video, I'll talk about some additional details. For your filler skill, there's going to be a lot of people asking what's the difference between Soaring Spin and Leaping Frog. So Leaping Frog like this. So ultimately, it all comes down to preference. Both of them have their pros and cons. For Leaping Frog, it has a much shorter range, and also you need to have an extra input where you need to use parry and cancel the first hit. So depending on whether you like that or not, like for me, I don't like to add too much input. So I like Brain Dead Soaring Spin. But Leaping Frog has this, you cancel it. And also Leaping Frog does slightly more chi damage as well. For Soaring Spin, you see how you can just pierce through the enemy like that, and you don't have to think so much. You don't have to parry cancel anything. The only downside of Soaring Spin is also the second hit might miss. If the boss moves a lot, you might miss the second hit. That's it. So ultimately, it's all preference for your filler skill, either between a Leaping Frog and Soaring Spin. And then the other one will be Flute. Flute is always great because you get the damage bonus. You just cancel the Flute on the first note. Once you hear the first note of your Flute, parry cancel it. And then you can start doing your rotation. The other one is Fire Breath, Dragon's Breath. The reason why Dragon's Breath is not usually recommended as your filler build is because Dragon's Breath is used a lot by other players in your raids, healers, especially healers and strategic players, because strategic players always put up fire for their own DOT build, and then the damage would be shared, and then you might not be the one taking the DPS from that burn damage. So Dragon's Breath is out of it. Now that you already know the rotation, the nature of this build is, as you know, is this. As long as you get your 4 charges, your 4 Inner Passion charges, we're gonna prioritize getting our 4 Mo Blade charges out regardless, no matter what. We're gonna be eating AoEs a lot. You're gonna prioritize doing this. We're not gonna be using parry cancel. Like if the boss is gonna attack you, you're not gonna be parrying it like we do with Hung Blade, because our damage is too important with this. Like our buff is too important. We need to get the 4 charges out successfully, because right now in CN, if I miss 1 charge, that's missing about 300k damage and above. So we're sort of gonna be the healer's worst enemy. You're gonna try and prioritize getting this out, and if you can survive an AoE, then you will try and eat the AoE. Red AoE, just eat it anyway, as long as it doesn't kill you. Or you can also move out of the way. Any AoE, move out of the way and get the charge out like this. Prioritize the 4 charges. The damage is too huge to ignore. You don't want to cancel it. You don't want to lose charges over it. So always get the 4 charges out. And while on that topic, it's also the reason why I recently found the Golden Bell Mystic skill to be my favorite. This is really good because if you want to DPS greed responsibly and there's going to be lots of AoE, then what you can do is you get the buff out, and then before you start charging, you can always do the bell, and then do this, because the bell also gives you damage reduction and a bit of shield. And also when you, if it's level up, when you have more than 100 Vite, your bell is also gonna benefit like the rest of the team. Everyone is also gonna get the bell buff. So this is also really good too if you have extra vitality to spare. Alright, so now you got the gist of this combo. The backbone is skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, and then 4 charges. The rest of it is the nuances in this build where you need to react to the situation accordingly to maximize your damage. Like, everybody can do 4 charges out, but what separates a really good player from a normal player is how you react. For example, let's say you want to do your buff, right? You want to do your 4 charges buff. You're going to do this, right? And then you can do your 4 quick charges. What if I only do manage to only do 1 charge and then the boss jumps away from the arena? So look, when the boss jumps away and then they jump back again, my Heng Blade second skill is still on cooldown. So that's gonna ruin your rotation when the boss like jumps away and comes back, and then you're gonna have wasted stacks. So you always have to react to the situation accordingly. The more you fight a sword trial, the more you know how a boss behaves, how the mechanic behaves. Like, let's say they always jump away at this time, or they always do this at a rotation. During this part of the mechanic, they always make everyone run away. Then you will have to adjust your build accordingly. So it's gonna be something like this. Let's say another situation, another cool situation. Let's say this dummy is almost dying, right? I do my buff. Let's say I do my full 4 fast charge like this. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then filler skill like this. Okay, let's say it's gonna die. Like, the HP is only like 5% left. There is no more time to do another full rotation. There's no more time to do this. No more time to do this and then start charging again, because they're gonna die. What you can do, like an example, would be just switch to Heng Blade. Just combat switch, weapon switch to Heng Blade. Start doing the classic combo. See? It's a quick filler attack. When you have no more time to start another whole chain of rotation, you can always use this as filler. Heng Blade filler, or Mystic skill filler, like that, Mystic skill. And then when the boss jumps away, and then when they come back again, or you can start the rotation proper again. Start the rotation with this, so that you don't waste the cooldown. You can get to eat your full 4 charge attack buff. So yeah, it's just a example to give you on what I really mean by this. I can't really make all the situation, but then as you play this build in raids, you'll come to notice that, okay, every time I come up to this rotation, I do this, and then the boss jumps away, and then all my stacks are wasted. Then you know how to do fillers ahead of time. Filler attacks ahead of time. And then when the boss is ready to be back in the arena, then you can start your whole rotation, full rotation proper. Another example is also, if you really want to get your 4 charges out as soon as possible for whatever situation, for whatever reason, you don't need to do the skill 1 of the Heng Blade, the stab. The stab is really good, but if you really want to get your fast charges out immediately, you just need to do second skill of Heng Blade. You just need to do this minimum, and then straight away 4 charges. Sometimes there are situations demand this. You can straight away go in for fast charging without doing the Heng Blade stab. Also, if you have more than one person in the team that runs the same build as you, if they already do the stab, the Fearful Blade stab, you can also benefit from it. This Fearful Blade, this debuff, this stab debuff. So if somebody else does it in a team, then you don't have to do it as well. You can also do it to extend the buff, but you can also take advantage of that and skip your rotation if you want and do this instead. Now, I have with me footage of a recent Heroes Realm in CN. So I'll just run through as I watch and show you what I mean by reacting on the spot with the situation. So over here, I am a tank. I have the tank role. So I have the boss's aggro. So see, I start with Flute. And then buff up. Straight away, skill 1, skill 2. Skill 1, straight to Mo Blade, 4 charges. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then I'm gonna use my Mo Blade martial art filler 1, Soaring Spin filler 2, And then back to Heng Blade. Now, over here, I use 4 charges. Yep, 4 charges. I remember, I'm gonna skip the 4 charge after this one. I'm not gonna renew the buff anymore. You'll see why. 4 charges. Back to Soaring Spin Filler. Back to Heng Blade. Notice how I'm using Heng Blade a very combo right now. I'm just constantly using Heng Blade. Because the boss is gonna do this. You see what I mean? By not renewing your buff. Because if I renew my Force Fast Charge buff, and that happens, I'm gonna waste my buff when I go back. Now that I go back to the boss, I can do my full rotation proper again. See? Skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, and back to 4 charges. This is what I mean by reacting with the boss's mechanic, with reacting with the situation based on your buff. Like so. So 4 charges and then he's gonna jump away again. I'm not gonna renew the buff again because he's gonna jump away and do something else. So watch a bit. I'm just gonna do a bit of Heng Blade rotation. See? He jumps over there. Completely a different mechanic. So saving my cooldowns. And then after that, we're gonna go to him. And then I'll restart my whole rotation again. Go to him. Renew my buff. And then skill 1, skill 2, skill 1. Back to formula. 4 charges out. 1. Alright. He's skipping. That's fine. He's skipping to the next phase. Go here. It's fine if I lost the cooldown over there because this one takes a while. So he's gonna nuke this side of the map. You just need to go behind him. And then since I'm the tank, I need to think about pulling the boss and also maintaining my rotation. So let me pause a bit. You see what I did over there? This mechanic is gonna be really short. So I didn't do the full Heng Blade skill 1, skill 2, skill 1. I straight away did skill 2 to get my charge out right away. So I had my buff out. Skill 2, straight away skill 2. And then Mo Blade, 4 charges. Because this is going to be a short sequence. He's going to move again really fast. And also I need to keep pulling him. I need to pull him to the edge of the map. So 4 charges, filler. And I believe after this AoE, he's going to start moving. So Heng Blade, filler attacks again. See, he starts moving again. So as you can see on the DPS chart on the right, I'm still maintaining top DPS with this build. With my guild. Same thing over here. Restart my whole rotation. Skill 1, skill 2, skill 1. And then 4 charges. And then once the shield breaks, I need to pull the boss again. So I need to adjust my rotation again. So 4 charges. Straight away. I'm bailing. I'm bailing, using my flute out. I need to pull him to this tower. And then straight away, I didn't do a skill 1 again. There's no time. Straight away, just skill 2 and 4 charges. Because he's going to do this mechanic. After this mechanic, he's going to jump again. He's going to run away again. So 4 charges out. Don't renew the rotation. He's going to start moving. Right after this slash. See? I did another Heng Blade filler attack. And then you chase him again. Same thing. I'm gonna try to get my rotation out. I'm just gonna do skill 2 because I need to pull him. I'm gonna pull him while I charge my Mo Blade. Like that. I move a few steps back. Charge. Few steps back. Charge. Then, yeah, I need to pull him all the way down there. So I'm just gonna create some distance. I need him to hit this tower. Like so. So because we're on the move so much, I have to make a lot of adjustments. Sometimes I skip the first skill of Heng Blade, sometimes I don't. And now he's down. I'm gonna get my free extra 3 charges. So he's gonna move again after he recovers. This is when I just do manual charging. Manual charging and more filler. No more renewing my buff. He's gonna move again after this red AoE. Like so. So final phase, already low health. I just do the same full rotation. Skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, 4 charges. I can comfortably do my 4 charges now. So it's up to you how you want to do your fillers after the 4 charges. I'm just doing out of habit. I always do Mo Blade, martial skill, and then a soaring spin, and then just switch to Heng Blade, and then slide, VC, second skill, first skill. And then back to 4 charging again. Like so, 4 charging. This is the second set of the 4 charges, so I have to renew my Mo Blade buff after this. So you're gonna see me do a filler skill, filler, soaring, and then renew my flag buff. See, renew, switch, repeat the whole thing again. First skill, second skill, first skill, and then 4 charges. Number 2, number 3, number 4, and then filler. And I believe he's gonna start some mechanic where he's gonna make everyone go out. So you can see, you're just gonna try to greet a lot, like so. And then top MVP. Really close with the number 2 guy. Number 2 guy is my guildmate. He uses a fist. So a good fist also is pretty much on par with the new Moblade. Now you know how to play this build. Really versatile. You just need to get your 4 charges off. And what you need to learn is that getting the 4 charges off, when to get the 4 charges off, when not to get the 4 charges off, how to do your fillers, when to get your Heng Blade out to do fillers, things like that. These are more nuanced things that you will learn as you play this build. Can't really teach you that, but you've seen an example of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the new Stone Split changes. You're pretty much caught up to CN's balance now. So the Heng Blade era already ended in raid meta. Time to convert to Mo Blade. Some of you may think like, but I like Heng Blade so much. But trust me, I also like Heng Blade. You can see that I play Heng Blade all the time before this build. But once I went to Mo Blade, I can never go back. The damage is just too juicy, too delicious charge damage. But yeah, try this build out when the patch is live and let me know what you think. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you in understanding how this build works. You can also ask questions in the comments and I'll try to answer them if I see them. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.